G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. Hope you're ready for another cocktail. This is another special event. I love finding special events for days. May 25th is Towel Day. If you're not familiar with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, you might need some explanation. Of course, Hitchhiker fans know exactly why we say Towel Day, because for reasons that, I was about to say were never fully explained, but they were kind of explained in the books. A towel is important when you're traveling in space, and one of the central characters, Ford Prefect, stressed the importance of having a towel with you. And you would also say, like, someone who's really cool, like Zaphod Beeblebrox, that's a hoopy frood who knows where his towel is. So Towel Day is where fans of Douglas Adams celebrate his work, notably The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. And I've previously done a drink, probably the most famous drink in relation to The Hitchhiker's Guide, the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster. Everyone has their take on it. For me, it was just all my overproof spirits in the one drink. Very dangerous drink, the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster, and I went to town on it. But I wanted to do a tribute drink for Douglas Adams and Towel Day, and I'm going in a different direction. This is one I'm going to put together myself, calling it the Mostly Harmless. And again, a little bit of a spoiler for a 40-year-old book, but fairly warned, this is a spoiler. One of the central plot points is the character Ford Prefect has been sent to Earth to update its entry in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Kind of like Lonely Planet books, but it's a computerized book used for people who travel around the galaxy. And when the Earthman Arthur Dent, who's friends with Ford, not knowing he's an alien, saying, well, what does the entry say now? I say, well, it just says harmless. And he goes, well, that's crap. I hope you improve that. He goes, yes. I mean, you know, the editors trimmed what I wrote a bit, but I think it's improved. He goes, what does it say now? Mostly harmless. So that's Earth as described by the rest of the galaxy. Earth is summed up as mostly harmless. So I am now going to make a drink called the Mostly Harmless. This drink is going to feature low alcohol ingredients because, you know, we want it to be harmless. This is the spiritual opposite of the Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster. So I'm going to start with some Aperol. This is possibly less well known than Campari. This is another bitter Italian aperitivo, but it's much milder than Campari. Namely, Campari is sweat from the devil's butt crack. I hate Campari, it's way too bitter. This has a nice bitterness that brings an element of interest to a drink, but it's not as full on and overpowering as Campari, so I like it. So I'm going to go with 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of Aperol. I'm going to make this a nice fruity drink. You get citrus flavors from the Aperol, and I'm also going to use a fruit liqueur from a local maker, Marionette. This is a Groiselle made from Tasmanian red currants. Again, you don't necessarily have to use this exact liqueur if you want to make this along with me, but I'm in the fruity mood, so I'm going to go with 3/4 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of fruit liqueur. I'm also going to add a little sugar syrup to this. It doesn't need a lot because the fruit liqueur has already got some sweetness, but I'm going to put a bit of some homemade sugar syrup. Easy to make sugar syrup on your own, 50% sugar, 50% water. Plus you can experiment with all sorts of fruits and whatnot to have flavors, but I'm just going to put about 10 mils, 1/3 of an ounce of sugar syrup in. I'm also going to add some citrus juice to brighten it up a bit. I'm going with some lemon juice that I squeezed a bit earlier. I'm just going 1/2 ounce, 15 mils. I don't know what's happening with my palate. I'm liking less citrus in cocktails than I used to, so you might want to put a bit more if you particularly like the lemon zing in your drink, but I'm going with 1/2 ounce, 15 mils of lemon juice. Now we add a goodly amount of ice to our shaker, put it together, bang it in hard, give that a good shake for about 10 seconds. I toyed with making this an actual blender drink, but I've just decided with my small chunks of ice, it's not crushed ice, you could go with crushed ice, I'm going to do a dirty dump, put it straight into the glass. I'm using this tiki goblet I have. You can use You could use tall glass like a Collins glass or a Pilsner glass, something like that. So I'm going to do the dirty dump. And to keep this really light, I'm going to top that with some soda. You could use tonic, I guess, if you like, or even a flavoured soda like Sprite, but that's just, the home bubbly soda in there. And there we have it. But I did say this drink was only mostly harmless, and I think at the moment this is quite harmless. Like in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where there could be some dark undercurrents in amongst the comedy, this is not completely harmless, it's just mostly harmless. So I'm going to splash a bit of absinthe on the top. I'm just eyeballing it, but that's not much. That's about half an ounce, about 15 mils of absinthe. Now I've got blue absinthe, which is not that common. Most absinthes are green, but yeah, I just thought the layering would be nice as well. Now for the all-important taste test. How harmless is this drink? Okay, predictably, because I didn't mix that, that's just pure absinthe. It's not really pure absinthe I'm drinking, but it's just all licorice. I don't have Gaz Regan's magic finger. Dare I use my own finger? Okay, now it's got a really murky colour. It was a much nicer colour before I mixed it, but okay, drink-wise, that's actually pretty good. Oh, actually, I really like this. Look at my rating system. This is probably an 8. When I say 8 out of 10, I would definitely do this again. Like my rating system, like 6 out of 10 was, that wasn't terrible, but not memorable. 7 out of 10, that's good. I'm glad I got that, but the big world of drinks, I probably won't get it again. 8 out of 10 would definitely either, if I was in a bar, I'd get it again. I'd consider making this again, certainly, even though it was just an experiment. 9 out of 10 is I want another one right now. This is good, but I'd say it's about an 8 out of 10. Of course, if you're averse to absinthe, you might want to use less. Or if you want to play the mostly harmless. Wow, I think it's getting to me already and I've only had a couple sips. Mostly harmless. Float something high octane, whether it's an overproof rum or an overproof whiskey. Have some fun. This was all about fun. Douglas Adams was about fun. About thinking about things too, but have a couple drinks and then think about things and have some fun. So yeah, that's my tribute to Douglas Adams for this year's Towel Day. The mostly harmless, mostly low or no alcohol contents, just a sneaky bit of high octane absinthe in there as well. I think it's worked really well. I'm glad I made it. I'm glad you've been along for the journey with me. I'd be intrigued if you tried something similar. Let me know about it. What high proof spirit would you prefer on top? There's lots to choose from in this big world of ours. And I'll be back soon making more cocktails. I hope you join me. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you subscribe, did the little click the bell so you get notifications. And tell your friends, come along, join the cocktail party. Be back again soon. But in the meantime, I hope you take care of yourself, take care of people around you as well as often as you can. And until I see you again, cheers.